Here are 13 laws of human nature. 13 secret laws of human nature. 13 secret laws of human nature, you say? Yep, I do. There are 13 I'm going to give you right now. Take control of your emotions and listen up and watch until the end, because all of these 13 laws are coming to the end near you, because we'll need to put them all into one big message for you near the end. Watch until the end. Take control of your emotions, I just said to you. Well, why not? Am I telling you? Well, yes, I am. Why? Because all I can do through the video is tell you. But rather than telling you, you need to feel it. It's the most important thing here, for you to feel the control of your own emotions. Now, even if I was there in front of you, could I make you feel control of your emotions? Yes, perhaps, with skills. But I have to now tell you to take control of your emotions, because you need to keep your temperament. And that's a word that allows us to have that emotional regularity, allows us to realize that it's really important to have proper temperament, because life throws you lemons, as they say. Life throws you worse things than lemons at times. And this can happen all in one day. And you don't know. It's unpredictable. We don't know when you're going to get things thrown at you. Situations, moments. And we need to be able to have that self-regulation, that emotional response that is disciplined, calm, collected, and realize that the emotional response we're having is adequate and suitable towards a particular situation. If we let our feelings get the better of ourselves within a moment when things happen, before we have time to think, then we're giving ourselves a skewed reaction towards what ideally, if we sat down right now and thought about the worst particular thing, think about it from right now. What is the worst particular thing that it could actually happen to you right now in your life? And if you think about that, it's probably somebody dying, or it's probably someone stealing something big off you. And if you contemplate that right now, or your own health, if there's something really, really bad, how do you react to that? Now, if you project yourself into the future, and after that bad thing, the worst thing, the possibly worst thing in your life has happened, do you want to react negatively? Because remember, with every reaction, there should be another action, and vice versa. Action brings reaction, especially within human beings. So if you react negatively, now what is negatively? Well, that depends on your situation. That depends on your life. I'm not here to tell you about your life. I'm saying whatever is within your life and how you negatively react, that is going to have future consequences that are more than likely going to be, guess what? Not bang smack positive, but bang smack negative. So having one particularly really negative situation occurring, situations that are just out of your control, and then you reacting negatively, then you're going to get a considerable amount of negativity coming your way. And if that becomes a habit, if we negatively react to something, and if our behavior is known by other people, then we become the person that is negative. Then we attract less trust, we attract less good people, and we in turn attract calamity. We attract negative things and negative vibes all around us. Why am I saying this? Why am I talking about negativity and reactions and emotional regulation? Well, because we're in a feeling universe. We're in a world where feelings happen in a moment. Good and bad. Love, lust, desire, success, rich people, money, but also anger, frustration, regret, and all of those type of behaviors fed by feeling. So it's a feeling world that we're in. But by you actually pausing for a moment and considering how you feel and realizing the consequences of you reacting negatively, well, then you're going to give yourself that particular moment to regulate yourself emotionally. By focusing on improving yourself rather than impressing others is another thing that you can do in order to realize one of these secret laws of human nature. Because if you improve yourself all of the time, or continually try to improve every little fragment of your life and how you do things and how you behave towards things, well, then you're going to have a ever improving you meeting the world every day. And not just every day, but every portion of the day. Just because you get up and you're caught in traffic and it's a negative time and you get to the office late and your boss is angry with you, and with that reaction, naturally you're behind in your work. Things happen during the morning time, you go to break and you're stressed out. You've had a stressful day, and you know what? You've woken up with really good intent. Other people have given their stresses to you. But the reality is, it's lunch break. You can focus, refocus, because you can do this. You can refocus and improve yourself rather than trying to impress others and going in and just doing what the boss says for the sake of, just papering over that crack. Because you know what? If you've had traffic in the morning, you're probably going to have traffic in the evening. So even if you impress your boss, it ain't going to fix the traffic in the evening. So you need to make sure that you improve on your reaction. If you spread yourself too thin in this world, there is a law there of nature that's going to bite you in the you-know-what in the future. That means if you do too many things for too many people, that is a wonderful way to be helpful to people. But it ain't going to help you in the long term. Why? Because eventually you're going to lose your own time, you're going to become stressed, and something is going to go wrong in your life that demands that attention that you've already given the people the time, the energy, and the effort, and your expertise. So if you spread yourself too thin, it's going to bite you in the what I'm sitting on. Let's put it that way. You need to remain positive in the face of disappointment. We are human beings. I've touched on it before, that we have feelings. We all get disappointed. We all have setbacks, personal or professional. We are not robots, despite the fact that we now have all of these types of technologies out there that would make us live like robots in many ways. It doesn't mean to say we are, because behind all that mask of technology is our true human emotional self. So we need to actually be aware of that, and the fact that, well, this is ourselves, our emotional selves, and we need to remain positive in the face of disappointment. Things will happen, things will go wrong, other people will make bad decisions. Just because you're self-improving yourself right now, it doesn't mean to say that human nature, it being emotional, other people aren't going to react negatively to your new positivity. Creating work that will outlive you. What a beautiful thought. Imagine you planted a tree when you are 10 years old. You planted a tree. You can just about lift a small, maybe bunch or bag of seeds in order to have the knowledge to realize to use your shovel or your spade to get into the ground, the earth, and to plant the tree in a very sensible area where it will grow. Imagine if you decide that at 10 years of age, or 7 years of age, and then when you're 60 years of age, that tree is 50 years old, and it's a big oak tree, and it's grown high and strong and wide. You know at that stage you're aging, and you also know that that tree is going to outlive you, because you made the decision when you're a young person to put the tree into a place which was physically going to be kind for it to grow, and it would be nurtured, and the weather would be perfect for it in that area. And the climate then over 50 years would be kind and ideal for the tree. And also, you had the wherewithal to be patient, to watch it grow. You know now at 60 plus years of age that it's going to outlive you. What a wonderful thing. But not just nature. What about your work? What if you created work that's going to outlive you? What if you have that mindset? That is a law of humanity that will continually motivate you in order to get to where you want to be and have a happy, long-term, goal-led life. Being gossipy actually is a part of human nature, so it's going to be there. We have online trolls and bullies out there, for sure. But being gossipy is part of human nature. It will never go. People will always react. They will always say. They will always do things. Why? Because the first point, they are emotional. It's an emotional place we live in. It ain't robotic, remember? So language was once thought to be a defining characteristic of humans. But if you consider it as part of just animal communication developing, that continually will develop, like look at technology, look at online dating. Who would have thought thousands of years ago that human beings from an attractive basis would look into a screen and actually choose a would-be partner in that way, and yet millions of people do it every moment of the day. It's incredible. So it's a continuum of development. Gossip will always happen online and in the real world. It's human nature. It's a law. So get with it. You won't stop it. It's going to happen. Be playful. Why not be playful? You are a child once. You grow into adolescence and then through to adulthood. And believe it or not, adulthood is tough. It can be tough. And yeah, true, you may have had a tough childhood, a tough adolescence or teenage time. But it is what it is. You'll be longer, hopefully, an adult than you will be a child. But that playfulness that you learn, that playfulness, that natural joy is there. Why not play? Even if you look at adult animals or mammals, they play. Why not you continue to play in some regard as an adult? Compete. Play though as well. Joke. Play games. Just do art. Tickle. Dance. Music. All the good things in life. Play. Be joyous with it. There's too many hours of tough times. We hate spending time with our own thoughts. It's a natural human law. Why though? We're born alone. We die alone. What the heck? In between we have so many million thoughts. But why do we hate spending time with them? Well, it's a natural law of humanity. And believe it or not, in 2014 there was a study where 67% of male participants and 25%, that's a quarter, of female participants opted to preferably have electric shocks bolted right through them for 15 minutes rather than actually having 15 minutes of actual joyous time on their own. Yet it's human nature. Crazy. Believe it or not, we're overconfident as human beings. And sometimes we're even vain too. We have this dogmatic irrationality towards ourselves, a self-insight that is just skewed. We think we have abilities and qualities that we do not have. And then when people do it, say for example people who do not have the qualifications to talk about certain things, they do it, and then what happens? They are no good at it. Or the people with qualifications then sometimes don't feel as if they should be doing that because there's more successful people that are doing it, but they're doing it with confidence and sometimes overconfidence. Overconfidence, it's not good because it's going to perhaps give you success, but within yourself, how can you have, say, self-love, self-awareness? It's not going to be a good thing over and through the fullness of time for yourself. So it's an ironic twist within yourself, as is how moral hypocrites us human beings are, because we are hypocrites. I mean, it pays to be wary of those who are loudest or quickest, who condemn us, our moral feelings. And these people are moral preachers, and that's fair enough. But often we can be guilty ourselves. I know myself. Hey, I'm giving you this information, for sure. But I'm a human being. I have feelings too. It doesn't mean to say that if I get negative commentary, I'm not going to feel something. I'm an emotional human being too. But I'm coming from a point of view of research and proof and fact and knowledge. That means that I'm just educating a person. That's all. And there's studies to say this, that there is hypocrites out there and moral hypocrites out there. We see it in leadership of countries all around the world. Now, I mentioned this next one a few times before. Online. We are trolls. And humans, believe it or not, are potential trolls, even before the internet came our way. And this has been seen with Twitter, spats, and social media ever since these last few years, since social media has come about. But this is human nature. People will react. Go back to my first point. We are emotional. Believe it or not, and I touched on this a second ago, ineffective leaders and psychopathic leaders who have traits even of psychopathic behavior, we actually love them. We favour them in the majority. Look at some of the elections we've seen in Britain, in America, over the years. I mean, people go to bed at night thinking that there's going to be one democratic leader, and then suddenly they wake up in the morning and there's a totally different leader in power. Then they look and they say, hey, there's things happening here that just, how did this happen? There must be some sort of illegality going on here. But no, human nature, we prefer the person with the psychopathic trait. Believe it or not, as a leader, it has been proven. We are sexually attracted to people with dark personality traits. It's similar to the last one. We like that darkness. You often hear of women who want to change men. Men that are not good, that have darkness within them. They want to change because they are sexually attracted to that. Now, I'm not just talking about women. Men can be like that too. But it's proven that there are sexual attraction towards people who have dark personality traits. Think about it. Does it make sense? Does it make for easy living? Perhaps not, but that's one of the things. The last and most interesting and beautiful thing with all that darkness is human beings are good. They have the capability to be good because we have feelings attached to everything. So you're good, and if you are, please subscribe and be good to me. Thank you very much if you have. If you haven't already, well, I'll be good to you and give you more videos if you do. So thank you for watching, and have a wonderful and good day, because you deserve it. You have wonderful feelings, and I want you to just have a good, and I say, happy and wonderful day. Thank you for watching.